American lawmakers, they're still angry, still perplexed, still furious about Ford's decision to build a battery plant in the United States. Personally, I think it's all a little bit silly. But here is what is going on. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Sam Evans, and I've got to say, I support Ford in their decision to do this. I believe it's their only choice. And if they're able to pull it off, it'll give them a big advantage over their rivals. That even includes Tesla. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Tesla will follow them. It's been mooted. It's believed, in fact, by many people that Tesla and Ford will both do the same thing. Ford are just the first company to actually announce it publicly. Tesla already use CATL's cells, battery cells, in its cars. Even the ones it sells in the United States and Canada, in most countries around the world. Ford are planning to build a factory that will manufacture CATL's lithium iron phosphate batteries, or probably their M3P batteries, lithium iron phosphate batteries doped with manganese, to build that factory in the United States. Now, Ford will own the factory 100%, but they will license the technology from CATL. CATL are by far the biggest battery company in the world. And, well, it sounds like Tesla plans on doing the same thing. So why are lawmakers so angry? Ford is facing resistance now from all sides. Originally, the resistance was coming really more from, it looked like, Republicans. Now both Republicans and Democrats are against this deal. This follows concerns. Congressional committee members are now expressing their dire concerns about this battery partnership. Ford is in the hot seat. Why? They've announced that they will open a battery plant in Michigan using technology from China's CATL. Two committees from the US House of Representatives have said they are investigating Ford's partnership with CATL. Now, I think it's worth pointing out once again that a very large percentage of Tesla's batteries are made by CATL. I think it's better if Tesla makes them themselves or Ford makes them themselves and they pay a small licensing fee to CATL. But anyhow, the chairs of the House Ways and Means Committee and the Select Committee on China, both of whom are Republicans, have demanded that Ford answer their questions about the deal in a matter that they signed jointly. Is this political grandstanding, or they legitimately think that they're against this deal and it shouldn't happen? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, Americans, because I'm not really sure I fully understand the politics behind this. We're concerned that the deal could simply facilitate the partial onshoring of Chinese-controlled battery technology, raw materials and employees, while collecting tax credits and flowing funds back to CATL through the licensing agreement, said the American government members. Now, the interesting thing is here, it's not only the US government that are concerned about this, it's also the Chinese government. China is also wary of Ford's $3.5 billion Michigan battery factory with CATL, which I find surprising. In the letter, it's claimed that after announcing its licensing deal with CATL in February, the Chinese battery giant took steps to maintain effective control while appearing to divest its ownership stake in companies based in Yin that are allegedly connected to forced labor practices. So CATL are trying to make sure that they can't be looked upon as being a company that is engaging in or involved in any way in slave labor. The committee members also alleged that several hundred of the 2,500 jobs created by the $3.5 billion plant will be filled by CATL employees from China. As you would expect, that's pretty, well, normal. They will be in charge of setting up and maintaining equipment. Ford is reviewing the letter. They say they will respond in due time. They've added that they will own and run this plant in the United States instead of building a battery plant elsewhere or exclusively importing lithium iron phosphate batteries from China like our competitors do. And Jim Farley's correct there. I mean, that's a common practice, yeah? That's what Tesla does, like I said. I don't understand the resistance to this deal. I think it's just going to really massively increase manufacturing in North America. And this is a battery type that is really the future of the market. The reason being, they're the most affordable batteries. The energy density is actually very good. It's improved significantly, and they're very affordable to make. Not only are they affordable, they're safer than other batteries, and they last longer. The other thing to keep in mind here is Ford and General Motors, and now other companies, have joint venture partnerships with South Korean battery manufacturers, 50-50 partnerships. So in other words, that means South Korea is getting some enormous cutbacks, essentially from the US government, much more so than what CATL would do, because they own 50% of those joint venture businesses, whereas CATL just gets a licensing fee. Ford are still awaiting guidance to see if batteries they produce at the plant will entitle the vehicles they go into to get tax credits under the Inflation Reduction Act. As far as I can tell, they would. Republican Senator Marco Rubio has urged the White House to investigate the deal and introduce legislation to bar the credits from being applied to any vehicle that uses Chinese technology. Meanwhile, Chinese officials have shown equal skepticism about the deal. They say this could give Ford access to CATL's industry-leading technology, but it's worth pointing out the fact here. The recent expiry of patents for lithium iron phosphate batteries just happened. So actually, Ford can, and everyone else can, make their own lithium iron phosphate batteries using Chinese patents, using basically Chinese technology to some degree, without CATL even being involved. Now, obviously, it'd be a much better choice in terms of the development process. Would take years to get to the point where they could ramp up to make these batteries and make them commercially viable. So Ford wants to skip those years of development simply by paying probably a 5% licensing fee to CATL. And I believe that this is actually a really good solution. I think it benefits both sides, and it would be a huge advantage for Ford. It would give them the ability to make affordable EVs. General Motors says it can't make affordable EVs and make a profit on them until 2030 at the earliest. Well, Ford would be able to do that almost immediately. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? I'm really keen to hear what everyone has to say about this. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.